Good morning! You can hear this massive waterfall outside my house. It is so loud, I think I'm gonna leave. But today is gonna be my day off. Well, technically not my day off because I'm filming, but day off from editing because I do video editing every single day. And so today I am taking the day off and I'm going to do all the fun things. I love to listen to podcasts when I'm running around the house, cleaning things, doing laundry, picking up stuff, getting ready. I love to just learn new things, like history podcasts. The podcast I'm listening to right now is The History Chicks, and it's all about different women in history, and it goes really in depth with their whole upbringing and their whole lives, and it's a really good podcast I'm loving right now. I really love tech podcasts and history podcasts and just learning new information about people. And history I really love. So while I'm like getting stuff done, doing things around the house, I will usually listen to a podcast, and I keep it in this little apron. Actually, if the dress or the skirt I'm wearing doesn't have pockets, I will just add this little apron thing that I got in with my Belle cosplay costume, and I will put it in there so I can keep listening. When I'm writing letters, I usually like to be in silence or play classical music, and then when I'm journaling, I like silence too. But I'm using the productivity planner. I love the productivity planner. I hate the word productivity, but I love the productivity planner. In the productivity planner, you write the target goal of how long you want to work on something, and then you use the Pomodoro technique, which I love. I love the Pomodoro technique, where you track every 25 minutes, you take a 5-minute break. So it keeps you motivated, it keeps you moving. I'm a big fan of just getting up and walking around the house. That's like how I'm able to stay in shape, is because I'm constantly moving. And so I love this method because I'm able to get work done, but also like every 5 minutes, take a deep breath, take a break, go get some water, get a snack, or maybe not a snack if I'm not hungry, but you know what I mean. And then come back to it and then work for 25 minutes. And I really love goal setting when it's done in manageable chunks. Like you go full hard at 20 minutes and then take a 10-minute break, or 25 minutes and 5-minute break, you know? And you do it simply. It's breaking it down into small chunks. And I'm a very lazy person, and so one of the ways that I've been able to combat that is by saying, I'm just gonna take 5 minutes to do this. I'm just gonna write for 5 minutes. I'm gonna work on my novel for 5 minutes and just see what happens. And usually by the time I'm in that headspace after 5 minutes, I usually want to continue writing because I'm in the headspace of the novel, right? Or I'm so in the project that after 5 minutes I want to keep going. So just telling myself, I just have to give myself 5 minutes. That's it. I don't have to do any more after that. That is such a great way to like motivate you if you ever have, if you ever struggle with like taking that first step. It really works for me because I am very lazy and I need that motivation, that why. But just simply telling myself, I'm just gonna take 5 minutes to do this. It's really, really helpful. All right, so what am I gonna do next? I'm going to write a letter to my friend Connie. My friend Connie gave me this letter. My friend Connie in New York, she gave me this beautiful card. She always sends the most beautiful cards. I'm obsessed with all the cards that she mails over the years. Paper Source, of course. Paper Source is amazing. But I'm gonna write her a letter. I also have a Christmas card for her, but my mom got those because our trip to California was canceled. So all our Christmas cards that we ordered went to California because we were gonna mail them there. And now my mom has to mail them. So I was really hoping to see my Christmas cards before Christmas, but I don't think we're gonna get to. But that's okay. Oh well. All right. I also really want to make some hot cocoa. So let's write a letter, have some hot cocoa, and then we'll get to some cookies. Yeah. I had a friend told me this, like, was it maybe 3 years ago? He told me that Benjamin Franklin, I think it was Benjamin Franklin, I may be wrong, but some great writer used to sign all his letters, "Your assured friend," and so I've been doing it ever since, and I just think it's such a classy, beautiful, eloquent way of saying, like, farewell, like love. Instead of saying love, Helena, it's like, "Your assured friend, Helena." Like, so good. And I can't take the, I can't take that because it's not mine, but it's beautiful. And I sign all my letters with "Your assured friend." It's just so good. All right, I'm going to finish this letter. I'm gonna package it up, put some hot sealing wax on it, and then I'm going to go eat a sandwich because I am starving. All right, it is 1 o'clock. I finished cleaning the house. I had lunch with Alex, got my letters finished, and now I'm gonna start making cookies. This cookie recipe is very, very short. It's very quick to make. I'm gonna make these cookies, make some hot cocoa, and then I'm gonna go take my daily walk around the village. It gets so dark here in the mountains at like 3 o'clock, 3:30. So I'm gonna try to hurry up and try to get as much done today as I can before the light goes away. I like to take a daily 1-hour walk through the mountainside every day, and I figure I'm gonna make some cookies for the neighbors and drop them off on my walk. So let's get started. Alright, so I just finished cleaning up the kitchen. Cookies are almost done. They should only be in for about 8 to 10 minutes. You want them to be super soft, lightly brown on the bottom, and almost underdone on the top, undercooked. It's gonna give you that really soft, chewy texture that makes these cookies the best cookies in the whole world. So it is so important to keep an eye on the oven with these cookies. And it looks like they're almost done, but I am going to get ready, get my shoes on, go outside, go for a walk. I'm finishing up my Louisa May Alcott podcast on the History Chicks podcast, and I'm gonna go for a walk, and then I'm gonna come back and get started on my novel. I will include a link to this recipe so that you can make it at home. I'm gonna keep the oven open so it heats up the kitchen. Tip, keep the oven open after you cook or bake and you can save money on electricity. As you can see, very different. These are like a light brown on the top. This is not good. I made a mistake and I left them in for far too long. This is what you want them to look like. They're like light white like a white, almost underdone on the outside and light brown on underneath. This is overdone, but hopefully the neighbors still like them. It makes a huge difference in the cookies though. These are gonna be way better. All right, let's go deliver some cookies.
Look at that face. You're so cute. You need to be photographed.
Look at those markings on these long whiskers. You have such long whiskers, my friend. Leaving the cookies on the doorknob.
You're so cute, honey.
So nice to get out. Gosh, it's so beautiful this time of year. I just love winter, and I love the cold, frigid air and the frost. This bark, doesn't it look like a painting? Doesn't it look like something Van Gogh would paint? It's just got all these colors that blend together and swirl together to make like this beautiful pastel painting. I've always been in love with the trees here in France. I don't even know what this tree is called. I didn't bring my phone with me on this walk, but I have this app. I think it's called like Plant Snap or something, but it tells you what plant it is that you're finding on your walk, so you can take a picture of the tree or the plant or the flower, and you can scan it like by taking a picture in the app, and it'll tell you what kind of plant it is, and it'll tell you all about the plant, which is really cool. So I have the app downloaded on my phone, but I still haven't taken a picture of this tree yet. But these trees in France, they're everywhere. It's so beautiful. Like, check this out. Isn't this just exquisite? In the springtime and summer, there are all these like blue patterns on it too. So it's like a mix of like turquoise, light blue, and like a light lime green with the bark and the brown bark. It's just like it all blends together, and it's so beautiful. And I've always been obsessed with these trees. But anyway, this is my favorite time of day. So what I'm gonna be doing is I brought a little notebook and my pen, which I use for like writing short stories. And I'm just gonna sit here against this tree and let my imagination take over and just write about fantasy stories and adventures and fairy tales. And I'm just gonna write, because for me, writing is my favorite way to connect with my creativity. Gosh, look how brown and orange. This whole mountain used to be red and orange, and now it's like a brown, like a murky brown. It's crazy how the seasons change so quickly. See these little pots? There's so many of them. Like, all the houses have these little pots that hang outside, and it's just so cute. I love my village. Everyone's always gardening. And there's always people outside farming. Like, I tutor a high schooler next door. She's my neighbor's daughter. And so there's like a few people that are like young. And it's funny because all the young people that I've met in this village, they all want to leave. They're like all eager to escape this village and like move to big cities and do things with their lives. And it's funny because I totally relate, and I was the same way when I was their age. When I was 15, 16, 17, 18, like all I wanted to do was leave my small beach to the big city, and I wanted to move to New York and live a fast-paced life. And I did it. I did it for 5 years, and then I lived in Washington, D.C. And so it's like, I got that out of my system, and it was really good. And the young people here just want to escape this village. They don't want to be here any longer, and it's like, I can relate. Like, if I were their age, I would not want to live here either, you know? But as a 26-year-old, I'm very content here. I'm very at peace. You know, as a traveling expat, Alex and I are always wanting to move to new places. We always have to keep thinking for the future, because every 2 to 3 years we move, and we move places. And so we just want to live around the world, and we want to live in lots of different places and experience a rich, varied life, a varied existence. And for us, that means experiencing different places in the world, and different cultures, and different types of foods and lifestyles and landscapes. And I just can't believe we got to live here in Corsica. There is so much snow on these mountaintops. I wish I could show you, but I don't think the camera will work. It is my favorite smell ever. I love the smell of fresh laundry detergent, especially when it's like freshly cleaned laundry. I could smell this all day. Alright, so that was my day. It was a very relaxed, chill day for me, my day off. On my work days, I am usually filming all day. Often it looks very boring. It's just me sitting in front of my computer editing. And editing videos takes a long time. So most of my days are spent doing that. And then when I'm not editing videos, I'm doing online tutoring with many different students that are learning English. So that's kind of what my days look like. Another thing I do before I go to sleep is I always journal and meditate before going to sleep. Alex and I are gonna watch a little bit of our favorite Christmas movie, The Good Old Summertime. So we're gonna watch that old Judy Garland film tonight before going to sleep. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I want to thank you again for joining my Patreon and for being a patron of Simple Joys on YouTube. I really, really appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a magical day, and I will see you next time. Bye!